Hi friends, welcome to the Value Vintage Card channel. Today we're going to do a pick 5 video. So I'm going to present 5, not in any order, of the top of a certain category that I feel is a good representation of whatever kind of category we've picked for the day. So in this case we're going to go with the best combo cards. I'm going to restrict that to vintage, and it's going to be only cards that I have. So I know there's some good ones out there, and I would encourage you to comment, share, if you want to share a picture, share a story, share why you think maybe my top 5 is close to perfect, but maybe not quite perfect. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and dive in and show you a few of what I would pick as best combo cards. I will say this does not include league leaders, batting ERA leader, cards like that, because there's definitely some cool ones in that category. So look for that discussion on a soon-to-be future video as well. Getting started, just because I like some kind of order, I'm going to go chronological. So the oldest, I know there's 53 Bowman that kind of started the trend and got things a little more popular in this category. And hopefully we'll get some good focus here in a second. There we go. 1957 Topps, Mantle and Berra, Yankee power hitters. Not try to make this a Yankee skew, but when you start going into 50s and 60s, finding awesome cards that don't have Mickey Mantle on it gets to be tough, and I'm a huge Yogi Berra fan. I will always argue him out as one of the greatest catchers. He's probably my favorite catcher. Sorry, Johnny Bench people. But this is a amazing card. Back right up is always kind of fun to see on these. Start looking at that vintage form of Wikipedia. It was collect packs and find the card and read and learn about your favorite players. So definitely always appreciate reading the backs of these cards, and doing videos like this is a great chance to dig through and really see what's in the collection and see what you think fits. The next card in chronological order is from 1958. It is actually a card that I have 2 of. This is a really, really nice example. Love how clean this is. This is the other one looks a little more of a value vintage clear picture. This one's being a 5.5 grade from SGC. Just awesome. Again, Mickey Mantle, this time with Hank Aaron. So back again, talks about MVP seasons, which with these two is always kind of the easiest topic because they're both such dominant, amazing players. Mantle obviously had a couple of historically significant seasons, and Hank really didn't get enough single season awards, but his career consistency was hard to beat with anybody else in the history of the game. So that's my second pick. That card, interestingly enough, came up for bid on eBay, and I took a look at it. I kind of let one of the secrets out of the bag of how I like to find some good deals. I saw the price it was going for, and it seemed like it was kind of a fair price for a 5, and it seems like the 0.5s never really get the attention, the 5.5s, the 4.5s, the 6.5s. So I tossed a bid in on that, thinking I would just see where it goes and kind of have it on the watch, but I ended up getting it. So not upset with that at all. Next up, we'll go into 1962. This one might be cheating when you start saying 50s and 60s, because it's not guys that were playing in the 50s and 60s, but love this card. 1962. I don't have all of like the Ruth kind of like subset from the 62 set, but I did particularly like this one. I'm a huge Gehrig fan. So you get Ruth and Gehrig on a card together. Great picture. This is one, and I will say I don't mind lower grade cards, but something about 62, when you get it in a high grade, it almost takes on a different life. It is just so cool to see because the borders and the edges are just so tough. So when you do see an example, it's really, really nice. And this is not an expensive card. It gets, obviously it can be more expensive if you have a really high grade, but this is one that, because you can get it in a high grade for still not a huge investment, becomes kind of a fun one to try and pick up. This one is also the green tint. So from what I've seen, green tint is definitely a small population compared to the traditional normal version. So doing one better, eventually I'll probably pick up a Venezuelan. That would be the goal. I love Venezuelan cards because they are so rare. You start talking about dozens in the populations instead of hundreds and thousands. So, but again, another cool write-up. Talk about Gehrig's streak on the back and home runs and 20s and 30s. And so definitely cheating to get that one in there. But 1962 Topps, such a nice looking version of that card. Next up, fourth, my first ungraded in the list. Like I said, I'm very, very open to Frankenstein. Don't care which of the major grading companies we have, but also I'm good with raw too. I don't grade everything. This one may be from my childhood. I'm trying to remember, but I've been doing vintage since the 80s. So this one should be 0% surprise. This should be on everyone's list, I would imagine, if you talk about combo cards and just really, really cool cards. This was one that I, even as a 10 or 12-year-old, would have said, this is amazing. You get Mantle, you get Maze, the title of the cards, the look. They look like they're just kind of having fun, hanging out together. Obviously, all-star games, home run derbies, playoffs, things like that are really the only chance you had to see the NL and AL come together back in the day. So finding opportunities to find cards with them together is not nearly as common as it would be in today's game. But again, quick write-up. Manager's dream, probably manager's headache too, because you have two center fielders that probably, I don't know if either one of them would want to take the move and say that they were the second choice to play center, but pretty amazing. I think that card, in terms of just epic and super, super cool to the hobby. You're talking about maybe the two GOATs of the era for sure. And then the last one, this one, I always say I do these videos as much for community and sharing and trying to have fun and enjoying my own collection as I do for passing on some stories. Eventually my kids will have to go through my collection probably and figure out what they want to move on and let someone else enjoy, and what they might want to just keep and sock away. So the next one might be a keeper. This one was actually a Christmas gift from their Uncle Mike, my brother-in-law. Used to do just some, small favors, small tasks, a little bit of helping out here and there for things for him when we could. Things like just doing his taxes. So what he would do in return, being very, very thoughtful and very generous, come Christmas or birthdays, he would be very specific and find things that he thought I would enjoy, and he was super right on this one. So this is before grading became such a big deal, but I think that card is super cool, super clean. Again, if I was to buy this, I'd probably look for a nice 2.5, 3, because this card has gotten to be a little more expensive. It's definitely not pricey, but it is more and more appreciated over the years. I think I've had this one for, good golly, 15 to 20 years maybe, if that's even possible. But it's definitely been many, many years. But 1968 Topps, Superstars, so Harmon Killebrew, and again, Maze and Mantle. Didn't try to do this as a Yankee fan video, because I'm actually not a designated Yankee fan, but Yankee. So again, kind of tough when you get into the history of the game to not appreciate all the Yankees have had between Mantle, Berra, Ruth, Gehrig. It's hard to keep them off these amazing cards. So powerful trio, talks about their home runs. Kind of cool that it combines them all down and talks about them as a group. So again, pulling these cards out, looking at the front. I know a lot of people aren't back people, but growing up I sure was. You wanted to look at the stats, you wanted to read the stories, read the little one-off, kind of trivia facts about the guys. So always found that to be kind of fun, interesting, and exciting. So there's my top 5. I'm planning to do a video like this probably every month, just to kind of helps me revisit my collection, take a look at some of the really, really cool cards, but also helps me to focus in on exactly what I'm hunting for. So it makes it kind of fun to see what I can come up with out of my collection, and then also would love to see what anyone else might find in their collection and say, yeah, you missed that one. I know the 53 Bowman with Mantle and Berra is probably going to be popping up, and I don't blame you. I think that's a super cool card that I don't yet have. But what else you got? What did I miss? What do you think? Did I get at least 4 out of the 5 right that you would pick? Or is there another card that's a non-leaders, non-ERA home run leader kind of card that has a combo that's super cool? Also restricted to vintage. So I know modern, there's some really cool things, and depending how you want to classify things, sure, share it. What the heck? Let's talk about it. I don't even know what vintage is defined as by everybody, so let's see what you have to say. But that's my 5. I hope that was fun. Hope it brought out some cards that either you can pull out of your collection, take a look at, or maybe it's just one that you want to check out and see if you can pick up. So, all right, everyone have a great day, and I'll be checking the comments so we can have a discussion. Take care. See you next time.